Hi everyone, my name is Genevieve Noel and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, this channel surrounds my 2020 goals and me reaching them. This week's video is part of my subset videos about my pregnancy, covering my pregnancy for weeks 23 and 24.
The only heartache that I ever faced was a need of fortune and a dream of fame. I took those empty feelings and turned them into love. It cheats time. It's the eye in the storm of the universe. I got mine. Where do you think that you will find your
Now, for those of you who have been following along, I didn't post any videos last week, and I meant to get a video out to you explaining why, but I just did not have the time to do it, and it wasn't really a priority, so I figured I'd explain in this week's video since I am resuming my regular schedule. I do want to say I'm sorry that I didn't post, but I did have a family member pass away last week, and I just decided that I wasn't going to post anything because I didn't want to take the time away from being with family and things like that to do the update videos. And I didn't do my Friday video either, but I'll be doing both of those this week. Yeah, let's get into it. I am 24 weeks in a couple of days right now, 3 days I think, but we're going to go back and talk about my 23rd week first. Honestly, like I've been saying for the past couple weeks, the second trimester is like blending together. I have noticed that like at around 23 and a half-ish weeks, I started feeling more like Braxton Hicks types contractions and discomfort in terms of like, if I don't do something that I know I'm supposed to do, I don't feel very well. I've also been feeling like a lot of days where I'm just not nearly as hungry as I was, which I think is a little bit odd. So I've been trying to do a little bit more, exercise, sleeping, drinking extra water, that kind of stuff to just try and see if it's because I'm not doing something that my body needs, and that's why it doesn't feel like it needs the energy of the food, if it needs to put its energy somewhere else, or if like something else is wrong, if I'm not feeling well, whatever, that it might be putting the energy towards that rather than wanting to eat. And that seems to help most days. I do have some days where I'm just kind of like, but it just really depends. So depending upon which apps you look at, it depends. The baby on 23 to 24 weeks is between the size of an eggplant and a papaya, which I thought, like, I've always seen eggplants as like bigger zucchini squash and like rounder. So I was like, that doesn't really make sense. But I don't know, I've seen like such varying sizes of fruit, the comparisons are so hard for me. But since the baby does double in size between 22 and 26 weeks, I believe, I kind of take it as like, okay, so he gains like 4 ounces a week, and if he was 1 pound and 3 ounces at 22 weeks, then at 23 weeks he was probably around 1 pound and 7 ounces, and then this week, 24 weeks, he's probably around 1 pound and 11 ounces, if I did my math right. He's getting a lot bigger. I'm able to count movements a lot more consistently, especially when I want to. I also have been getting like, when we went in to see like the ultrasound and everything, he was in a breech position, but it kind of feels like he's more sideways now. So I'm kind of hoping like he's just continuing a slow and steady drop so that by 30 some weeks he's just down there and it'll all be good. On the whole, I have been trying to like work, and I kind of talked about and I showed you like my work vlog and everything like that. So you kind of know what I'm doing for work and whatnot, but I've also been trying to walk a little bit more, like going out of my way to like walk instead of drive somewhere if it's nearby, or let's go do an activity where we have to walk, or instead of just sitting at a restaurant, like, okay, before we go to the restaurant, let's spend an hour walking around the mall or something, just so that like I'm getting more of that activity in, beyond like my daily, okay, I'm gonna walk around, I'm gonna go play with the dogs, that kind of thing, to see if it kind of helps me feel like better more frequently. One thing that I have been really not great at doing lately is taking my prenatal vitamin because a lot of my issues went away. I really didn't feel like as much of a need to take them, and so then I would just kind of forget. And I had this issue for a while in my first trimester too, but now I'm just like, I'm obviously aware that I really need to make sure that I'm taking them every day and not forgetting, but like my other supplements too, making sure that I'm taking those or working those into my diet. Now, one thing that I have talked about before, but I haven't actually worked into my, like incorporated into my diet yet, is beef bone broth powder. So it's like gelatin powder kind of thing. I want to start putting it in smoothies, but I was like not making myself smoothies just because I didn't have that much fruit, and then I had smoothie packs, but it was just an ordeal. But this rest of this week, into my 25th week, I'm really going to try and drink a smoothie, like a fruit smoothie every other day with that gelatin powder in it. When I'm making my smoothie, make that the time to remind myself that I need to take my vitamins. A couple of other life update things that I just kind of want to put in here. I know that last Friday that I posted, I said that the following Tuesday when my whatchamacallit video went up, I would do a life update. For those of you who aren't aware, we have decided to stay in Minnesota. Because of the fact that we don't have a home right now and we're currently paying rent for our place in Texas, because obviously we don't want to be like cruel and unusual to our roommates and like be like, oh yeah, you're gonna have to pay for this now, or we're gonna just get out of the lease so you're gonna be homeless. Obviously we don't want to do that to them, and since they didn't want us to find them a subleaser, we're like, that's totally cool, we're paying for that rent. However, because we are paying for that rent, we're staying with some friends that we've been staying with since we've been back. And then obviously since we're not paying utilities for our old place anymore, we're kind of trying, like, replacing that with paying like utility usage fee for being here every week. Or yeah, every week, every month, whatever. And then our goal is to, like, on top of our financial goals, instead of like that savings goal that you all know I have, as part of that, that was saving for either a car or a house, the $4,000 savings goal. Instead, we're going to kind of like wrap it up really quickly, try and get that savings, and then move it immediately into purchasing a house, so that we have somewhere to live once the baby is born. But all of that being said, Gregory is going back on Wednesday to get all of our stuff and bring it all back. And a couple of my family members are going with him. I'm not going with him because he wants it to be quicker and cheaper. And he thinks that, well, obviously if you have to stop at a hotel, it's more expensive. And if you have to stop every 2 hours, it just takes longer. So it totally makes sense. I understand why he wants it and why he's doing it. And we've kind of like worked out a situation with that. So I'm going to be here without him and without a vehicle for like 5 days. So I've decided, like, during that time, I'm going to try and either like take a daily walk as long as it's warm enough, or like walk to somewhere and then walk back, just to get more of that like movement in. And since I can't really go anywhere, it'll break up my day a little bit more and allow me to like get out and do something, since I can't just like drive to my parents' house or drive to the barn or whatever. I'm hoping that, you know, like as a financial update, I guess, I'm hoping that by the end of this week I will, because, you know, the back schedule on like getting paid from jobs and then my job being a commission-based job, I'm hoping that by the end of this week my goal is to have made a sale in order to get paid, so that I can start like on my own doing all of my stuff, so I can actually make like a consistent paycheck. I will update you guys on how that goes, hopefully in the form of a vlog or something. I don't know, let me know down below what you think. So for Friday's video, I was going to do a music kind of vlog, like how I write music and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do it this week, so if you have any like quicker, I don't even know how to describe it, like if you have any like immediate things that you want to see or know, like comment down below and I'll try and film it by Friday, and then next week will be my music update video. Okay, it's time. This is the bump, the baby at 24 weeks. Yeah. One thing that I've noticed a lot is my skin is super itchy, which it was before, but I can tell when I haven't lotioned my stomach for like a day or two because it gets so itchy, it's ridiculous. Anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and then subscribe and hit that bell down below so you can get notifications for when new awesome videos come out. Also, don't forget to comment if you have any ideas for videos of things you'd like me to do that I'm able to do. Obviously, right now, I don't have most of my stuff, so I can't do a couple of different things were suggested, such as trying on clothes, trying on maternity clothes, XYZ, or house cleaning videos. Can't do those until I have my own house. I'm definitely going to be taking you guys along on like us looking at houses as soon as that happens, and that kind of thing. Speaking of us looking at houses, we actually have picked our realtor and our lending company that will be doing our mortgage for us. So as soon as Gregory gets back from Texas with all of our financial information, we'll be able to apply for that and then start looking. So it'll hopefully be within a week, week and a half that we'll have that application done, and then that we can start looking. So I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Love, Genevieve.